The average family throws away $1,500 in food annually. You're essentially working 2 months every year just to feed your trash can. Currently, technology companies use consumer data to increase your daily spending. In late 2025, the average car payment hit $772, with 20% of buyers committing to over $1,000 monthly. Collectively, we are drowning in $1,655 trillion of auto debt, while daily $8 coffees vaporize $2,000 a year. These statistics show the difference between average spenders and those who accumulate wealth. This video explains 10 practical habits for financial management. These methods are not popular on social media, but they produce measurable results. What is your current age and the specific financial problem you are facing right now? Comment below so we can discuss the facts. Chapter 1. The Hemorrhage, Stopping the Invisible Leaks. Law 1. View transportation as a utility, not an identity. The average American is currently a slave to a piece of depreciating metal. In late 2025, the average new car payment hit an astronomical $772 per month. Even more staggering? 1 in 5 new car buyers is now committing to payments exceeding $1,000 monthly. Collectively, Americans are drowning in $1.655 trillion of auto loan debt. This is not just debt, it is a massive transfer of wealth from your future self to the pockets of bankers. The elite understand a fundamental truth: a car is a depreciating anchor. The moment you drive a $48,000 vehicle off the lot, you lose 20% of its value. By the end of year 1, you have vaporized nearly $15,000, more than many families save in an entire year. Every time you smell that new car scent, remind yourself that is the smell of your opportunity cost evaporating. The builders do the opposite. They buy a 5-year-old Toyota or Honda for $15,000 to $20,000. They let someone else take the 30% depreciation hit. They drive that vehicle until the wheels fall off. If you take that $772 monthly payment and invest it at an 8% return instead, you aren't just saving money, you are building a $170,000 fortress over 15 years. A $4,000 Honda Civic and a $50,000 luxury SUV both get you to the same destination. One gets you there as a person of substance, the other gets you there as a person of pretension. Law 2. The refrigerator cemetery and the rotation protocol. Most people treat their kitchen like a graveyard for good intentions. The average family of 4 throws away $2,500 worth of food every single year. That is 325 pounds of waste per person. In a world of rising inflation, throwing away 24% of your municipal waste in the form of food is financial insanity. Think of every wilted head of lettuce or expired carton of milk as a $5 bill you simply dropped into a shredder. The 1% treat their nutrition like a logistics operation. They implement a meal rotation protocol, a selection of 5 high-quality, repeatable meals. This isn't about boredom, it's about predictable capital allocation. When you buy the same high-quality ingredients, your grocery bill becomes a fixed, optimized cost. Food waste plummets because you know exactly what you consume. You eliminate decision fatigue. While the average person spends 30 minutes every night wondering what to eat and eventually ordering a $40 takeout meal because they are tired, the builders have already fueled their bodies for a fraction of the cost. They redirected that mental energy toward their primary income source, saved 30 to 40% on their grocery bills, and maintained a physique that reflects their discipline. Law 3. The empty to refill mandate. To truly master your cash flow, you must adopt the inventory exhaustion rule. Before you step foot in a store, you must empty the freezer, the pantry, and the crisper drawer. This forces you to confront the reality of your optimistic purchases, those items you bought because you wanted to feel healthy or adventurous but never actually used. By designating 1 week every month as a use what you have week, you essentially grant yourself a 25% discount on your annual food budget. It's a psychological reset that breaks the cycle of mindless consumption. Wealth is built in the moments where you choose utility over the dopamine hit of a full pantry. Law 4. the $200,000 cup of liquid gold. Let's talk about the convenience tax. A specialty coffee in 2025 costs between $6 and $8. If you buy one every workday, you're handing over $2,000 a year for a beverage that costs 50 cents to produce. The average person sees a $7 coffee. The visionary sees the opportunity cost. That $1,800 annual difference, invested over 30 years at 8%, becomes $220,000. That is $250,000 for the privilege of someone else steaming your milk and misspelling your name on a cardboard cup. This isn't about deprivation, it's about high-fidelity substitution. Buy the highest quality beans in the world. Buy a professional-grade espresso machine. Even then, your cost per cup will be under $1. The ritual of making your own drink is an act of sovereignty. It is a daily reminder that you are a producer, not just a consumer. This leads us to a critical question of identity. Are you the person who needs a luxury logo on a cup to feel valuable, or are you the person who lets your brokerage account balance speak for itself? Tell me in the comments, how old is your current car and what is the real reason you haven't upgraded yet? Let's see who is actually playing the long game. Chapter 2: Systemic Reengineering, the Operational Efficiency of Wealth Law. 5. The Bring Your Own Sovereignty. The lunch trap is where the middle class goes to die. Eating out costs $12 to $18 per meal. Prepping at home costs $3 to $5. This delta represents $3,000 a year, but it's not just about the office, it's about travel. The average person arrives at an airport and pays a 300% markup for a stale sandwich because they didn't plan. They arrive at a vacation destination and default to restaurants for every meal, spending $200 a day on food. The elite visit a grocery store upon arrival. They stock up on basics. They eat out for the experience, the Michelin-starred meal that creates a memory, not for fuel. They might spend $150 on food for a week while the victim spends $500. That $350 difference funds their next flight. Wealth is built in the margins that other people are too proud to notice. If you feel embarrassed carrying a lunch bag into a boardroom, your ego is currently more expensive than your rent. Law 6. Abandon the digital casino. Shop in the physical realm. Online shopping is a frictionless dopamine trap. Every obstacle between you and your money has been surgically removed by algorithms designed to exploit your biology. One-click ordering is not a feature. It's a weapon of mass consumption. Research shows online shoppers spend 15 to 30% more because the pain of paying is invisible. It's just pixels on a screen until the credit card statement arrives. The builders reintroduce friction. They shop in person. They have to drive, walk the aisles, and physically carry the weight of their purchases. This creates a reconsideration window. If a purchase isn't worth the effort of driving to the store, it isn't worth the capital. For the next 30 days, delete your shopping apps. If you can't buy it in person, you don't need it. Watch how quickly your bank account stabilizes when you remove the digital casino from your pocket. You aren't losing convenience, you are gaining a fortress. Law 7. The uniform of the architect and the cost of vanity. The fashion industry has convinced the masses that outfit repeating is a social sin. Consequently, the average person spends $1,800 a year on fast fashion, clothes that are worn 3 times and then discarded. The elite adopt a capsule wardrobe. They invest in high-quality basics with a low cost per wear. A $300 sweater worn 100 times costs $3 per use. A $30 fast fashion shirt worn twice costs $15 per use. The rich focus on durability and timelessness. I have to be honest with you, I haven't always been this disciplined. Early in my career, I spent $5,000 on a luxury Swiss watch that I couldn't afford. I bought it on credit because I wanted to look like I belonged in the room with the CEOs I was consulting for. I remember sitting in a high-stakes meeting, sweating, not because of the negotiation, but because I realized I was the only person in that room who had debt on his wrist. The actual billionaires in the room were wearing $10 black t-shirts and Seiko watches. My vanity was a neon sign announcing my insecurity. I sold that watch at a loss and vowed never to let my ego dictate my balance sheet again. By choosing a uniform, you eliminate decision fatigue and redirect your capital toward assets. You don't seek status through logos, you seek status through the compounding of your net worth. We have spent the last few minutes talking about defense, plugging the holes in your sinking ship, but a ship that doesn't leak is still just sitting in the harbor. To reach the shores of true freedom, you need an engine. You need to move from managing your poverty to engineering your wealth. This next law is the single most important technical shift you will ever make. It is the bridge between the person you are and the person you aspire to become. Law 8. Treat yourself as a preferred creditor. Most people pay their landlord, their internet provider, and their favorite restaurant first. They save what is left over. This is the recipe for perpetual poverty because spending always expands to fill the available space. This is Parkinson's law applied to your wallet. The builders use the inversion principle. They treat their savings as a non-negotiable bill. The moment the paycheck hits, automatic transfers move capital into retirement accounts, brokerage accounts, and emergency funds before a single cent is spent on lifestyle. You must pay yourself first. If you never see the money, you will never miss it. Your lifestyle will naturally contract to fit the remaining balance. This is how over 1 million American workers have quietly become millionaires through simple payroll deductions. It's not about willpower, it's about structural predetermination. You are the architect of your own constraints. We have been conditioned to believe that we need to keep up with the influencer lifestyle to be happy. What is the one luxury you've been pressured by society to buy, maybe a designer bag, a certain watch, or an expensive gym membership, that actually makes you feel stressed instead of happy? Share it below. This is a safe space to deprogram from the matrix of consumption. Chapter 3. The Wealth Engine, Scaling to the 1%. Law 9. The 2-year income buffer. The most dangerous phenomenon in finance is lifestyle creep. You get a raise from $65,000 to $80,000, and suddenly you need a nicer apartment and a newer car. You are running on a treadmill that is accelerating at the same speed as your legs. This is why 41% of people earning over $300,000 a year still live paycheck to paycheck. They have high income but zero wealth. They are simply high-level conduits for cash to pass through. The law of the 1% is simple. Live 2 years behind your income. When you get a promotion, pretend you didn't. Keep the same car, keep the same rent, bank 100% of the delta. By creating this time buffer, you allow your savings rate to explode while your peers are drowning in the debt of their new upgraded lives. Delayed gratification is the ultimate competitive advantage. While your friends are upgrading their leases, you are upgrading your freedom. If you earn $80,000 but live like you earn $55,000, you have $25,000 of pure ammunition to fire at the market every single year. That is how empires are built. Law 10. Convert consumption into production. 65% of self-made millionaires have at least 3 income streams. Most people spend their hobbies consuming, watching Netflix, gaming, or scrolling. The visionaries spend their hobbies producing. If you love fitness, don't just lift, coach, or create a program. If you love writing, don't just read, freelance, or build a newsletter. If you are skilled at your job, don't just work for one employer, consult for others. In the digital age, the barrier to entry for a productive hobby is zero. Spending 5 hours a week building a secondary income stream of even $500 a month changes the math of your entire life. That $500 is pure fuel for your investment engine. It accelerates your debt payoff and multiplies your compounding. A hobby that makes money is the ultimate hedge against inflation and job insecurity. Time spent building generates money. Time spent on passive entertainment costs money. The substitution effect is the hidden secret of the self-made elite. Let's look at the boring math of these 10 habits. Driving an older car, $6,000 saved annually. Meal rotation and eating at home, $4,000 saved. Home-brewed coffee and bringing lunch, $4,000 saved. Reducing impulse shopping and clothing waste, $3,000 saved. Together, these unsexy moves represent a shift of roughly $17,000 to $22,000 per year. If you invest just $15,000 of that at an 8% return over 25 years, you have $1.2 million. The choice is binary. You can choose the exciting path, new cars, daily Starbucks, fast fashion, and the fleeting approval of people who don't care about you, and remain a servant to the paycheck for the rest of your life. Or you can choose the boring path, the unsexy, unglamorous, stoic habits that lead to a seven-figure outcome. The average American can't cover a $1,000 emergency expense. The average American carries more credit card debt than savings. The average American will work until they physically cannot because they never built anything that generates income without their labor. You are not average. You are a builder. Wealth is not what you spend. Wealth is the quiet power of what you keep. The habits that feel like deprivation in year 1 will feel like ultimate freedom in year 10. Most people are too weak to endure the unsexy phase of wealth building. They want the crown without the cross. But for those of you still watching, I know you are different. You understand that the appearance of success is the greatest enemy of actual success. As for those of you still watching, here is a bonus truth. The most expensive thing you will ever own is your own time. Every time you spend money on a liability, you are trading hours of your life that you will never get back. If you spend $50,000 on a car, you aren't just spending money, you are spending the 2,000 hours of work it took to earn that money. Ask yourself if that car is worth a year of your life. Usually the answer is no. If you have stayed until the very end, I want you to comment the secret password, I am the 1%. This tells me you have the attention span and the grit required to actually implement these laws while the rest of the world scrolls aimlessly. If this video provided you with a tactical reset, hit the like button and subscribe. We don't do fluff here. We build visionaries. Share this with one person who is currently trapped in the status race. You might just save their future. The next step in your evolution is waiting on the screen. It is a deep dive into the investment strategies that will take your newly saved capital and turn it into a legacy. Click it. Let's keep building.